everyone, and welcome back to the Kings of Talk Style podcast. It is April 30th. We are currently watching WWE Payback.
That's right.
Well, whatever's working of it. It seems to be working pretty
Yeah,
well right now.
it's not bad on the
Working
laptop.
fine on the laptop. Maybe the Xbox One was just fucked up.
Always. Well, it's in mine, so yeah.
Well, we are 4 weeks away. 4 weeks from WrestleMania.
Yes.
So did we talk about the Superstar Shakeup at all? I think
No.
we talked about it that week, like very little bit, like
Yeah,
right before it happened.
Yeah, we talked about it before it happened.
Well, the really funny thing before we actually dive into the Superstar Shakeup is that we've got some audio, some backstage audio from the writers' room of how they came up with the idea for the Superstar Shakeup.
Oh, real quick before we get to that, I'm Dirty Jack.
Oh, that's right. Forgot to mention. I'm Nikolai.
So that's your boy.
And I'm Matt.
Oh, so Nikolai, tell us about this,
this
audio.
We are not one to bury the lead. You know, let's play the audio right up front. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
So what are we gonna do? We gotta.
Well, I have an idea.
What do you got for us?
Well, I figured that we could just, take all the wrestlers and
So to be clear, you just want to put them all in like a box and just shake them?
What?
Did that hurt your headphone ears?
Nigga just blew out his eardrums. Matt is deaf now.
I literally just hear a lot of ringing.
I'm so sorry.
Side note: the Hardys just retained.
Yeah. They did. With a beautiful swanton.
Beautiful swanton.
Do you think we should do it again?
No, we're good.
Well, the audio actually goes on a little bit, believe it or not.
Does it?
Yeah.
What's after that?
Well, here's how you're wondering like, oh, how do they decide who goes where? What are the rules? And someone just goes, I don't know. Just do it.
Just shake them up.
Just
No,
shake
we
it.
get them all. Listen, here's what we do.
Okay.
All right,
Just
everybody
lay it on
grab
me.
a piece of paper.
Uh-huh.
Write down some names.
Okay.
We're going to throw them in a hat.
Right.
We're going to shake them up. We're going to get them all shook up. And we're going to pick.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to go Raw, SmackDown.
So
Raw,
you don't want to
SmackDown.
make it like even or you
No.
don't wanna-
What?
What happens if the titles go?
Who cares?
Yeah,
But
no,
let 'em up.
But what about the people that already have matches set up?
Shake them up.
I think I'm understanding. So we just put them all in a hat and then we just
Shake them up.
Now you're getting it.
Superstar Shake Up.
Oh no.
Let's give it.
Ooh. Shake them up. You gotta get them.
So those of you still wearing your headphones, fuck you. What are you doing?
It's so fun to do.
Why are you still wearing headphones?
Oh my
Oh, the
god.
Hardys are getting their heads bashed in
Yeah,
the
big
balls.
heel turn.
Weren't they heels? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. They had like a soft face turn. And then
Just
their
because
heels-
people were like, you know what, they won't stop showing it, so yeah, finally, yay.
Well, no, because everybody liked Cesaro, they didn't like Sheamus,
Right.
and now they're like, let's just make him full heel.
Fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. Well, one thing that happened on that Raw, I think the one after we talked immediately was the one in Nassau Coliseum. And it was when Braun Strowman...
You mean the new Nassau
the
Coliseum?
new Nassau Coliseum.
It's
when
black.
Braun Strowman whooped Roman Reigns.
Oh,
all around
God,
the
it
arena.
was. Oh,
It was beautiful.
My
man.
soon-to-be brother-in-law was
Braun?
one of those EMTs, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Braun Strowman might be my current favorite wrestler on
Yeah.
the roster.
I knew 90% of the EMTs. I didn't know like two guys. Braun Strowman is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
and
he's
I'm
great.
sorry I ever doubted him.
That's how you build a monster heel.
Yeah.
Yep. And you don't have him walk away from people.
Nope.
Oh wait. Doesn't Whoops.
Yo,
He did that like
Oh,
3 times.
all the
Okay.
time.
But besides that, monster heel. So you obviously wouldn't have him losing to like Kalisto in like a dumpster match, right? Obviously, because that would be really.
which
That'd be
is
something.
it was the
Oh wait, did that
stupidest.
happen too? Oh, sorry.
It was the stupidest way to end a match.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to close the lid.
His
He just
entire
stood in it.
waist was above the line of the dumpster.
Yeah.
Like his knees barely got in the dumpster.
he stepped in it and he was like, "Oh, well, I
Well,
lost."
I guess that's it.
I don't think you saw this.
you're
Braun
lucky.
Strowman versus Kalisto in a dumpster match. The match ended when Braun Strowman went for a gorilla press. Or was it a body slam?
No. He had Kalisto was on the inside of
Right,
the ring,
yeah.
and he was trying to. Yes, he went to go lift him up, and Kalisto slipped out and drop kicked his knees.
Right, Kalisto slipped out, drop kicked his knees. Braun Strowman's knees go out. He falls into the dumpster. The lid does not close, nor
he's
does
standing really
he's
awkwardly
standing up.
in a dumpster.
nor does Braun Strowman fall. He's just standing in a dumpster. Match is over. Braun Strowman has lost the match.
Okay. How many times have we seen those matches where guys are like standing in the dumpster, throwing blows?
Like Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie against the New Age Outlaws.
Yeah.
You had to close the lid.
Yep.
So
every casket match.
Yeah. Close the lid.
Looks like Hardy got a little color. Matt Hardy.
Oh yeah.
A little bit up here.
So
spending that tag team champ money. They get bonuses when they win the belts, don't they? Which is kind of stupid because it's scripted that they're going to win it.
I don't think they
But
do,
I feel like
actually.
that's a thing.
If they're moved
Wasn't
up
that
higher
one-
on the card, then I think they do. Which,
Okay.
if the title puts them up higher on the card, then yeah. But I'm not sure if it's just like the title itself what gives you a bonus.
Okay. I
But
thought that
either
was
way.
one of the things that Rhino and CM Punk were
It could be
complaining about.
I could be totally wrong.
That
I never
they're-
won a title, so I don't know.
That's true.
Almost. But yeah, so Braun on Raw.
yeah.
Shinsuke on SmackDown. Oh, speaking of Braun, he just popped up on TV.
And just a Goliath.
He's just a monster.
And it's really been by WWE, and I'll give them props, which I don't do often. That's the way you book a monster heel.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, obviously not through his wins and losses like we just talked about with Kalisto, but by over the top, exaggerated violence.
Yeah.
When you think
Breaking everyone.
when you think he has stopped beating someone up, continue to beat them up.
I was hoping the next week after he beat up Roman Reigns, he was going to go to the hospital and they would do a whole hospital skit of him just whooping Roman Reigns again. Guys, everyone stop.
Oh,
my goodness.
man.
They're not even pants anymore.
No.
They were shorts, and now they are shorts.
No, those
Currently,
are underwear.
we are watching
Those are
Alexa Bliss enter the arena.
We
She's
have
walking
the
towards ring.
privilege.
He has been graced with the presence of Alexa Bliss. What a good time to freeze, honestly. Like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
If that's the rest of
Nobody
the
look
show,
at
I'm
me.
fine.
Nobody look at me.
This really is
I'll watch this frozen screen rather than the House of Horrors match.
the House of Horrors match.
Yeah.
What is that we've got to look forward to?
Well, we have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your guess
Oh.
is literally as good as anybody's.
But I watched Talking Smack, and apparently the only thing we know is that it starts in the House of Horrors, and it ends in the ring.
Sick.
Cool.
That's it.
Okay.
That's all. I'm pretty sure that's all they know too. They're like, shit.
So my best guess is a street fight, like just, and then it ends up in
Probably.
the ring because I don't see any other. Okay, whatever.
Probably that's most likely what's gonna happen.
Yeah. So news from SmackDown. We have a couple new number one contenders. AJ Styles number one contender for the U.S. title.
Yeah.
Like it.
And I saw who won the match tonight. U.S. title was the first match.
Oh, okay. Who won? I didn't see.
It was Jericho.
Really?
Yep.
So Owens and Jericho are both on SmackDown then.
Yeah.
Jericho? Wait, wasn't Jericho leaving?
That's what I thought.
So maybe he'll lose to AJ at Backlash.
Probably, yeah.
That's a shitty transition, but okay.
Well, you probably don't want to have that match between AJ and KO yet.
I guess.
Not a Backlash.
But if they're trying to make the U.S. title like,
You foiled me.
if they're trying to make the U.S. title like the title on SmackDown, because I mean, if Jinder Mahal is the number one contender, it's probably not.
Oh,
You know.
God, I forgot all about that.
Hard-bodied Jinder Mahal? Is that what you're supposed to say?
Dude, Muscles Mahal.
Muscles Mahal is that?
And also Breezango is number one contenders for the tag titles.
Yeah.
So. That's
Which
pretty
I was really...
Breezango. Finally getting their due.
I was really hoping it was the Ascension.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was really hoping. I was hoping they would win in like 15 seconds. 'Cause
Right.
It was a beat the clock challenge match.
That's
You
what
see.
I was like. They're bringing back the fucking Ascension squash matches.
Yep.
But now,
They,
Oh, man. So they really kind of set it up.
American Alpha beat the Colognes, who are not the Shining Stars anymore. Don't you dare confuse them.
Yeah,
yeah,
they're the Colognes now.
now they're
Yeah.
heels.
What?
Like,
Another
Gimmick change.
gimmick change?
Yeah,
Didn't
they're
he
like-
hurt?
They beat them in about 5 minutes or 5 minutes and change whatever. And the
That's not
Ascension
good.
versus Breezango ended in about a minute and a half with Breezango going over.
which I don't
didn't
I
quite
don't know
get
what's
that.
going on SmackDown. Like, I love SmackDown way more than Raw,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know what the fuck they're
See
doing with
what
number
they
one contenders.
what they really they went for on SmackDown is the concept. They just took it and they shut up.
I guess when they shook it up,
Yeah.
Jinder Mahal's name fell out, and they're like, "Who's this guy? Let's make this guy the number one contender."
Push him to the moon.
Gender better not hinder him.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. I mean,
Nice.
in theory, and like, look, I don't have a huge problem with Jinder Mahal as a heel because he's a good heel. I have a problem with him being hoisted into the main title picture out of nowhere when he's a jobber on Raw the week before.
Yeah, but he had that great WrestleMania spot with Gronk.
Yeah, I mean, like, great, and like, look, the rumors out, like they're expanding into India, and that's why he's in the title hunt.
Oh, and Gronk.
Well, yeah,
Wow.
I mean, of course,
And then they were like,
Gronk
oh,
for number one contender now.
let's throw the Bollywood boys with him.
It makes sense, and
Are they
I kind of
actually
like
expanding
it.
into India?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
then
they
that's-
are,
And can we have a real conversation about
Yeah.
something that
As
is a
long as you
little
don't scream, shake it up again.
is no. It's a little bit of Madcast dashed in with our Kings of Talk style.
Ooh, a little crossover.
Why
Should we
is
get Dave
it?
here?
Oh, he's not going to have many positive things to say. Why is it so accepted that still in 2016, if your skin tones are of similar color, mash them together, you guys are now a staple.
Yep.
Bollywood Boys and Hardbody Mahal are just for no reason other than those guys are all the same pigment.
Yep.
Let's put them together.
It's
It's so
every time.
and like everybody who watches wrestling is 110%. All right, most people who watch wrestling are super aware of like how overtly racist it is.
Oh yeah,
But like it's kind of crazy how accepted it is.
accepted is a word I wouldn't use entirely.
Okay.
I would say, actually, you know what? No, you're right. Accepted would be the word I would use, but not like agreed upon. Like you accept it because you know it's going to happen, right?
People
and
have a
you
real
can't-
problem with the whole women's thing. There's been this whole women's movement. It's the women's title. It's not the divas. It's
right.
you know, with the exception of Total Divas, they're shying away from the whole 90s like
Except
bikini.
Lana's going to be a stripper on SmackDown now.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Wow. Listen,
Yeah,
they
I
know
was-
their audience. But that being said, is like they have progressed. They have made progress. Like they're capable of it. Why is it
Like
still
this is going to
so?
be the best
cool?
match of the night, right?
Why
here.
is racism still so cool?
Here's why.
Here's why racism is cool. Please proceed with your statement.
No, here's why it's
gonna
not
solve the race
acceptable, but it is tolerated.
Yeah,
And here's
That's
this,
a good
and
word.
here's
Okay.
this,
because you
and
can see so much skin.
no, here's the thing.
It just looks wrapped together.
Here's the thing. While Cambodian people may look similarly to the Chinese, it's never the Cambodians who are going to start World War III in a fictional war movie. It's always the Chinese.
Okay.
Why? Because they're the race to do it. They're Chinese people. It's a lump sum in together type of thing.
Okay.
That's accepted in other forms of medium.
You've heard it here first.
As well.
Chinese are starting World War III.
Yes.
So
Story
lock your
run.
doors.
I was trying to find an example. Like
No, I know what you
everybody,
mean.
every
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn.
Yep,
every
that's
single,
Yep.
every single action movie or television uses the same subset of villainous enemies over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Because that's accepted. It's tolerated. It's always okay to paint a foreign enemy as a heel.
Even a local enemy. I mean, if someone has a southern accent, they're automatically looked at as stupid.
Yeah.
I know. I
Yeah.
played one for 4 years.
And there are
Alright, but why-
incredibly intelligent Southern people.
Sometimes, yeah, and sometimes they're not. Just like anybody else.
It's
Like,
What if like Apollo Crews grew out a beard and had some hair on that chest and went back down to NXT and joined Sanity?
That'd
yeah,
be
I
awesome.
love it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I
like,
love it. Except
why-
for that would ruin their whole like North United Kingdom gimmick thing going on. But
Yeah,
It's okay.
but still, like, why couldn't that happen? Like,
No, it
but it
absolutely.
wouldn't. It won't.
It absolutely.
I don't think that the Bollywood Boys and Jinder Mahal are going to be getting their own Lana either, and if they do, they're not. She's not going to look like
They
Lana.
might. Aaliyah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Aaliyah.
She is Indian or I
Yeah.
don't know. It doesn't
Exactly.
really matter. I mean,
exactly.
yeah.
Like, that's
But that's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying it because she's Indian. Well,
No,
no,
but-
I'm sorry. I am saying it because she's Indian, but I'm agreeing with your point of like,
Yeah.
if they are going to pick somebody, it's going to be an Indian person,
yeah.
right? But here's the
Got
problem:
Liv
is
Morgan
that they
coming up.
always have the same gimmick. Every time you put like a stable of X race together, they have the same gimmick. We're the outsiders. We are the whatever race, and we're here to fuck shit up. Like, you know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
with
Like
the exception
LWL.
of like New Day.
New Day's like, we
Yes.
got like 3 prominent black guys.
But it's
But
What do we
I mean,
do?
they're not
What do
like
we get?
propagating black culture in that case.
they're not like
It's not like we're the outsiders in that case. You're right. but
yeah
it's-
yeah they're not like the Nation of Domination. was.
Exactly. That was gonna be my first thought. Is the Nation of Domination. The last time I can remember when they did like a mixed. This is so awful to say, a mixed race stable. You know what I mean? Was the cabinet, JBL's cabinet.
No, the League of Nations technically.
Well, that's true.
Del Beto Del Rio is there.
Oh god.
That's technically true.
They were
League.
just like, we got 4 guys with funny sounding voices. All right, let's do it.
Look, I get the like what Matt was saying. Like I get the point of like creating if they're going to be heels, creating an enemy of common ancestry or whatever
Yeah.
thing they're basing their thing on.
Yes.
But you're right. It comes to a point where it's just like, okay, just because they're literally the same color, we're gonna put them together. Like,
Yeah.
oh
It
my
is.
God.
It is racist.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, this is not the only medium to adopt that racism.
Not at all.
And
No.
that's, I feel like that's an important point to put out.
But I
Yes.
think it's the most mainstream one, the exception of porn, it's accepted.
I don't think so. I think it's accepted on television and film.
What? Overt racism?
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
think
think
it's-
about
is
the
this
show
even overt?
24. Who are the terrorists every single time?
I don't know. I never watched one before,
Oh,
so,
Middle
but I
Eastern
got to
people.
imagine
Middle
it's always
Eastern-
Middle
Or
Eastern.
Chinese.
It's always Middle
like one
Eastern
season
people.
it was Chinese.
It's always
Yeah.
a Middle Eastern people,
Yep.
or it's always it's always some the foreign enemy who's out to get us. Every other medium has that in some form or another, and it's accepted there.
So the WWE just puts people of similar races together.
I think Vince McMahon's racist.
Vince
Yeah,
McMahon
that's
is a
absolutely-
racist.
that's-
I think that's
that's
probably
why.
like.
When's the last
pretty
time we
well
had a
documented.
black main champion? Or any other
The Rock.
race? Was
The
The
Rock
Rock,
is,
right?
yeah,
I
The
can't
Rock
think of
is
anybody
like the
recently.
most prominent
I'm trying to think of anybody
champ
more
who's got
recently.
any.
I mean, the New Day were tag champs.
No, I mean like like world champion.
No, who's
Oh.
been the face of the company?
The Rock was the last and only
Rock
one,
was the last one.
I can think
It's
of.
been the era of Cena, and
I'm just going
Despite
back in
the
my head
fact
of like
that
who has held the
he
title.
would
It's-
love to be
Yeah.
black. He is white.
No, you're absolutely right.
I mean, like maybe when Shelton Benjamin was Intercontinental,
Yeah, but
that's still like not heavyweight.
no,
I can't.
I can't think of the last one.
I can't think of a heavyweight who was a black guy,
Bobby Lashley is the last guy I can remember, but that was
Yeah.
like
but was also
years ago.
yeah, but like also had like a prominent reign. Like let's really
No, he
think
didn't have a
about
prominent reign. He was there for like a little while, but
Yeah.
like their great champions, Bob Backlund, Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
all the
yeah. I mean, but look at the
Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret Hart.
yeah.
The Rock is the only one that's
Yeah, and he's white enough to pull it off.
one of these things.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
not like the other.
I'm serious. Like, and I say
Man,
that, you know,
I
as
never
like
really noticed that before.
Yeah.
That is
He's
a
very
real
light skinned black.
This is
It's true.
no, I noticed
like,
that, but I never noticed the lack of color in the heavyweight champion discussion.
It's an ongoing fucking conspiracy in WWE. I mean, not really a conspiracy if everyone knows what's going on, but
yeah.
it's
Is
true.
it okay? Now this might
This
be
is
a-
taking a fucking awesome turn. I like
Yeah.
this a lot.
this might be a racially charged question, but I'm
Okay.
interested in your opinion on it.
Uh-huh.
So, they've done like a consensus of the biggest, areas of WWE fans. And outside of small pockets in like New York, Chicago, and certain other areas, the majority of people who watch wrestling on a weekly basis from America is the Southern Belt.
Mid-South. Yep.
Mid-South. Bible Belt.
Yep.
So
And a solid Midwest as well, right? Or no?
It's It's higher in the Midwest than in like, you know, the city areas.
Got it. Okay.
Red states
Yeah.
is where they get their biggest people.
So well executed. I love her sunset flip.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Powerbomb.
She nailed that right there. Oh, her ribs are so raw.
Ooh.
We're talking about Alexa Bliss. Her left
I
side
will-
is just so chewed up.
I will
looking.
be absolutely happy to rub some cream on that if she needs it.
Her and Bailey are giving an excellent performance right now, which is not surprising in the slightest.
all.
But they're killing it.
I really hope she wins, Alexa.
Sorry, man.
Anyway,
So your
So
point
do
is-
you
yeah,
think that?
that is why?
Do you think that it's a direct thing from Vince that he doesn't want a black world heavyweight champion, or that the audience doesn't connect and buy enough merchandise to propel that guy to the point where they thought he could put a belt on him?
I think The Rock proves that the right guy will sell. The packaging does not matter. It doesn't matter if it's a black guy. CM Punk, I think would be a better example. Prove that the packaging doesn't matter. That the right charismatic person with the belt on his waist will sell the product or
And
sell
that's-
the merchandise.
and that's more true today than ever,
Yes,
right? Because if we go back 20 years, CM Punk is not going to make the title.
Exactly.
He's
That's
never
why
gonna
I
make a
said,
title run.
and that's why he's a better example because The Rock
Mhm.
was a physical specimen, like
Right.
most champions have been, and in the past.
Yeah. Can you repeat the question you said?
Do you think
worded it?
it's a result of Vince McMahon's direct racism that
Mhm.
there's never been a world heavyweight champion, or do you think that the audience has never connected with a champion or a person like that on a level that would propel them into a spotlight?
So here's the thing, and this is kind of a common thread with WWE is that they propagate whatever is popular.
Right.
Okay, so when NWA was popular, the rap group NWA,
Right.
the Nation of Domination came out. Surprise,
Yeah.
right? And they were the biggest heels in the company.
Yes.
Okay, when like you could just look through and find histories of this all the time. It's not necessarily Vince himself, because Vince knows what sells is good,
Mhm.
right? And race or not, like I'm not gonna call Vince McMahon an outright racist, although he probably is. Like I don't, because I don't want to put that on.
It's
'cause
presumptuous to
It's-
say, and it also is somewhat hypocritical for us to say that just based off of the fact that he's a rich old white guy, he's racist.
That's
Right.
fair.
But
fair.
unfortunately, we do all live in a realistic world. That
Yeah.
the odds are
Yeah, he's
he
probably,
probably
he's
is.
probably
I'm
right.
He's a rich old white guy from Connecticut,
Yep.
where a lot of
He went to
there-
college in East Carolina.
Yeah, there's a lot of really impoverished towns that are predominantly.
My girl.
No way. Did she really?
Everything
just
is
did it.
now right in the world. She is
Just-
champion once again.
Just popped a quick DDT on her.
My
Wow.
baby.
That sucks.
Woo!
No, she's good. She's good shape.
Bailey has just lost her.
Clean.
Yeah, she just lost her title
Clean.
to Alexa Bliss.
Clean, but it wasn't a dirty finish, but it was a what are they?
Fast.
Dusty.
Okay, yeah.
Dusty, where something happened that took the champion off guard. She got propelled into the ring post and hit her head.
Yeah. Oh, man. She looks great with the title, as always.
And
Red
like,
is her color.
and she looks good with anything.
I mean, yeah, she looks good.
This might be
In anything and in nothing.
oh man.
I assume. I haven't seen it.
right here.
What's up?
I kind of bulldogged into that one a little bit.
All right. So, I mean, if anyone else wants to say anything else about the
No,
racial situation going on in the world,
That was so cool to talk about.
that was very interesting.
No, I think the overall theme is like,
Well,
is it all right that we're cool with a product that we know is outwardly racist?
well, here's the thing. Here's my question now. We've seen a lot of non-white people in WWE now, right? Who do we want to be the champion then?
out of the current
Out of the
current
current roster, who is
non-Caucasians.
someone who is not white?
Yeah.
Because
Because I have my answer right off the bat.
Who?
Big E.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is he like? Okay, I love the
At
New Day.
this
I think it's
point
really
now,
interesting.
it's time
but
to break them up.
It has run its course so hard.
They have. I know that they're selling merch.
Yeah.
I understand that they're selling merch, or even if you don't want to break them up because of that fact.
Have them do singles runs, but
Yeah.
like
And
still be
Kofi
a
and
group.
Xavier can be the tag champs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does Xavier not ever wrestle?
Do you know?
I know he wrestles house shows.
Yeah. Do you
Why
know
didn't
Big
he
E has
wrestle?
not been pinned in like 2 years?
I
Yeah.
believe it.
He has not been pinned in 2 years. Whenever they lose, it's Xavier Woods taking the pin. Sometimes it's Kofi.
Mostly
excuse
Xavier
me.
Woods.
But yeah.
It's funny. Like whenever you see Big E's Xavier Woods, you're like, all right, they're gonna lose.
Yeah. It's Xavier Woods taking that pin.
I have seen Xavier Woods wrestle.
He's
Is-
a great
He's
wrestler.
good.
He's pretty.
I've seen him do a
damn
lot of
good.
things.
Why
Consequences
why
Creed.
do they not let him wrestle?
He's better on the outside.
I've seen him do a variety of things. That's all I'm saying.
I understand that. Yeah.
Like a lot.
Like
a lot of different things.
Just a
Him.
vast variety.
From angles
Another guy.
and another lady.
Well, just the one.
Yeah.
Well,
But they were
That's all I've
enjoying
seen.
themselves. And each other.
Oh, are we getting the House of Horrors next?
Oh my god.
I mean,
the World Heavyweight.
It's only the WWE title match.
Let's make it the
No,
middle
it's
of the
not. No,
card.
it's not. It's not for the title.
What?
It's not.
Yeah,
for
it's
the
not
title.
for the title. That's right.
So this isn't his rematch? This isn't his...
So-
No, he actually doesn't get a rematch.
Why not? Why wouldn't he?
Because they shook him up. They just shook him up, and then they shook him the title.
So
Then
right
why are they
now,
even having this match? Because they're on separate shows.
Because they already made the match, and then they decided to do the shake-up, and no one really knew what was going on. And they're like, well, we can't not have the match now. We already called it the House of Horrors. First of all, what the fuck is that? Second of all, we can't just take it away now.
I thought they were going to
It's-
do this for the title because the Universal title's not being defended.
Yeah,
Because
by the way-
Lesnar's just
a part-time
nowhere.
wrestler.
Yeah, by the way,
Yeah, he's also
Lesnar
a
has,
beast, and the belt is finally back on a beast.
Lesnar has 2 days to defend the title. Otherwise, he has to
Jump
surrender
ships
it,
from
technically.
Goldberg.
I mean, they won't.
I know they won't, but I'm just saying, you have to defend your title within 30 days.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Unless
you
he has a surprise match tonight and comes out.
don't- right, he would clearly he will
Or
not.
tomorrow night. Like,
Oh man, I missed the pre-show with Finn Balor on Miz TV or whatever the fuck
yeah, I
it
didn't
was.
see it. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it when I get home.
Is it Balor Miz tonight?
No, I don't think so. I think he was a special. I don't think they're putting Balor in a match right now because they want him to make sure he's not concussed anymore. And he's just been in tag matches, like not taking bumps and stuff. But do we want to do some TPB?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Oh man. Well, while so I just getting this all prepared. What do we? Let's see. What do we think the House of Horrors? What do we want to happen in this match?
Okay,
Other
so
than who's gonna win? Like,
so we're
we
assuming
don't want
we're assuming weapons.
Yeah, I think so.
We didn't fully answer our question, though. Who else?
Oh, true. We never
Well,
finished that
what,
question. I said
what are
Big E,
some
but-
other superstars that are of different ethnicities that would be good with the title?
The first name that comes to my mind is Kofi, just because he's put in his dues.
The heavy, like the
Yep.
WWE title on Kofi Kingston.
It
Absolutely.
would have to be a hell of a story. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
that's
couldn't
a
see that
hard
one.
sell.
I can see the underdog who's been there this entire time.
Don't-
Like
don't-
Eddie
don't
Guerrero.
remember- Yeah. For
The
the
novelty
Universal
was there for Mysterio after a 20-something year career.
Yeah,
At the point that they gave it to him for 10 minutes, but
like I wouldn't be fully against Kofi as the champion,
He's
but it, like I said, it would
good.
have to be a great. It would have to be a great run, like a great story.
I really wish Apollo Crews was better on the mic
Yeah,
because I would love to see him as champ.
but why not just give him a manager? I guess they are doing that with Titus O'Neil now, which, by the way, another black
yeah,
combination.
there's-
Give
yeah.
him, no,
Because
give him like a
because
good manager.
everyone was tired of his gimmick with the other black guy.
Yeah,
So they were like, oh, let's find him a new black
they
guy.
give Darren Young Bob Backlund as
10
his
minutes.
coach, and everyone's like, "Wait, but he's white. Why is he?
You
That
can't-
doesn't."
don't
no.
don't shake him up.
Yeah, don't shake that up. That's ridiculous. Do you think that's why that didn't go so well?
No, I think it's just because people
It was a weird gimmick.
didn't want to see a sick old man walking around on stage.
That's a good point. No, that's a fair point. Who do you have for the,
It's
for
a
the
lifetime of
non-Caucasian?
brain disease. I don't have an answer. I just like.
What do you
stirring
think
the
about
pot.
Jinder then?
I don't know enough about him.
Yeah.
I didn't watch wrestling when he was like the muscle for the 3-man band.
Yeah. What
I
about
just-
NXT? You watched NXT though. He was in the first NXT title match against Seth Rollins.
No,
My,
they weren't watching that early.
No,
Oh, that-
my
okay.
my NXT beginnings was my first champ was Neville.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, my first NXT champ was Neville,
Gotcha. Okay.
and that did not last. That was, it was like Neville's. It was his first match back after getting his front teeth knocked out.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, so I mean, I don't mind Mahal. I didn't like if they give him a short run, like. The only reason I'd be against it is because he was a jobber the week before, and like they had no. It was such a disconnect for me. It was like, okay, well,
You know, it's different.
I don't think they should put the title on him. Yeah, put him in the match. Let's see
if it's
what
like
he does.
if it's like a sticky situation, like the Bollywood Boys actually like take the hits for him and then he wins, like I could see it happening.
I see. I would be fine if they put like the Intercontinental U.S. title on him.
Sure.
But
if he's the U.S. champion, he's an instant heat. But
U.S.
then,
champ.
but do you want to take that off of Owens? Like that's the.
Owens is
I don't know what I'm more shocked for. Is it that he's not wearing a shirt or that he is wearing pants?
Yeah.
He's also wearing elbow pads, which he does not wear ever.
So we've got
He's taking
Randy-
bumps on the ground.
yeah.
Then.
Oh, yeah.
That means.
we've got Randy Orton sitting in the back of a limousine, shirtless, wearing elbow pads.
The total.
It's a purple
pre-produced-
house. There's a purple house.
That's blue.
No, it's blue, right?
That's blue.
Thank
Blue.
Yeah,
thank
it's blue.
God.
Might be purple on the computer screen.
It was bluish purple. Fuck you
whatever.
guys.
That's good.
All right, do you have a?
I can't see colors right.
Yeah, let's just go with this. All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna go all cruiserweights.
Okay.
Ooh.
Haven't done that in a week. Nailed it.
How did we really do it
We've
last
done
week?
No,
Those
not
are the two.
not last week, did we?
Not last week, but
It was
we've
a
done.
little
Yeah,
while.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like
I just couldn't think of
That's
anything. So what? 3, right?
Yep.
yeah.
All right, let's do Mustafa Ali.
Ooh, okay. He should just join up with Ginger. No. He's from Chicago, guys. Like, come on. All right.
Yeah, but
Akira Tozawa,
Okay.
and we'll go with Noam Dar.
Okay.
I like Noam Dar a lot.
Yeah. me
Yeah, he's really good in the ring.
too. Wait, who was the first one? Oh,
Mustafa
Ali.
Ali.
Right. Okay. Mustafa Ali, Noam Dar, and Akira Tozawa. 3 foreigners.
Yeah,
So maybe they should all just form a stable
that's
together.
the
Ooh.
theory.
Yeah. Speaking of
We
foreigners,
can call them all Chinese
or some sort of Asian or something.
or something.
All right, I've got mine. Unless you guys want to go first.
You please go.
Okay. I'm putting the title on Noam Dar. I think he's out of those 3. I think he's the best worker. I think he could use the title in a better way. Because like I've mentioned before, I think if you have a good character, you don't need the title. The title should go to the people that need the title to become a good character. And I think Noam Dar has that like ferocity in him, and like he's a good worker in the ring. He's a strong guy. He does that sick submission at as his finish. It's all good. He has got Alicia Fox's manager, I think. Still, I don't watch.
No, I
Five Live.
don't think they have it. Anymore.
Then never mind.
He also
But
has
either way.
that nice running kick that he does.
Yeah, he's overall he's just a good worker, and I think if anyone's gonna take down Neville, other than Aries, I think it should be him. Honestly, like I've thought that even before you said that, I thought that would have been the guy to take him down. My push is going to Mustafa Ali. I think he's, if not as good a worker, he's right up there with Noam Dar. He's a good flyer. He's a good technician. I think he has a good character to go along with him, which means he doesn't need the title. He can get over without it. And I'm burying Akira Tozawa mainly because I just don't get it. Like, he just yells a lot. I'm not really sure what his whole gimmick is. It doesn't come across well. It doesn't play well to me. So, I mean, unless something changes, obviously, everything is subject to change. So, that would be my 3.
I would, if you don't mind, I'll go next. I would actually flop him. I'm keeping Tozawa
Okay.
down there,
Okay.
but I'm flopping the other 2.
Okay.
I'm pushing
Dar.
Dar, and I'm putting the title on Mustafa Ali, and here's why. I feel the exact opposite. I feel like Dar has the charisma that he can use the push to get himself over in the long run. I feel like what he's been doing with Alicia Fox has been working. The whole like love triangle, I guess it was, between him, Alicia Fox, and who was the other
I
person?
have no idea. I don't watch 205 Live.
Oh, it was someone else. I forget who.
Rich Swann.
Rich Swann. No.
No
Maybe.
idea.
Anyway.
Whoever.
So I feel like Mustafa Ali. Excuse me.
Oh, imagine throw up.
He's a tremendous worker, but he really doesn't. I don't see a lot of substance there.
Okay.
So I feel like the title would really help him.
Okay.
I actually completely agree with Dirty Jacket said. I was gonna give the same breakdown as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know that's super helpful.
Alright.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna have to bow out this week or this episode because I was gonna give the exact same answers. So
Alright. I'm gonna have to go with Matt over here. Only reason is
Okay.
I think Noam Dar doesn't really need the title because he does have such a good character and he is charismatic.
but
and
you have to take into the fact that in this scenario, that he's going to be winning the title off of Neville, and it doesn't make sense for I don't think anybody else to beat Neville for the belt.
I don't know. I think the right person. I don't know. I think anybody could beat Neville for the belt. They just have to book it right.
Good point.
And Mustafa Ali, I feel like would need the title more because he doesn't really have that much else going.
Mm-hmm.
He's great in the ring, but
He's fucking phenomenal.
yeah,
in the ring.
like he's amazing. But
It's very versatile too.
But, like,
He's
what-
got a lot of style.
yeah, but like
A
what
lot of
else?
different styles.
What else does he? That's really all he has. Noam Dar, he's more in depth with his character that he has. He's more going on, so he doesn't
Yeah.
really need the title.
But we all agree that Akira Tozawa doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind him in the ring, but
Yeah,
out
I
of
mean,
the
he's-
three, definitely.
I don't
him
think
at
any of the
bottom.
cruiserweights are bad in the ring. Like I can you
Yeah.
name any of the cruiserweights that are bad in the ring?
I mean, I don't think necessarily there's aside from like a select few, I don't
Right.
think there's necessarily a bad worker on WWE's programming.
Disagree there. But
There's
you say
some
select
who-
few, I can name a bunch. But
Okay,
I
fair
got
enough.
You. I got you. I know what you mean though. I think in the cruiserweight division especially though, like any one of them you can just pick out and be like, oh, good worker, great worker.
Yeah.
You know. But I think Akira Tozawa needs to do something with his character because I don't get it at all. I don't really understand the yelling. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on there.
I mean, probably like when he was in Japan, made sense.
It
'Cause he-
probably did.
like it was. I think like the crowd's just not.
Oh,
into
they should
it.
team him up with Shinsuke. Because they're
And then when Hitomi gets back,
no, Tommy's back on. You haven't watched NXT?
no, I missed the list. Is he?
He's back.
He hit a GTS.
On
Really?
on good old Bobby.
Yeah.
Huh.
Bobby.
Crowd
Yeah.
went apeshit.
Yeah.
Dude, and Nikki Cross versus Ruby Riott. It's a lovely feud. It's a lovely feud
Oh
going on.
man, I cannot believe I missed that.
It's pretty good. And also you missed Tyler Bate defending his title really awkwardly against Jack Gallagher. Super awkward.
Why
match.
was it awkward?
It's just he's just an awkward. I don't like. He looks like he's not sure if he should be champion like all the time. He just looks really confused when he's like holding the title. He's like,
Yeah.
he's like,
huh?
yeah, like do I? Yeah, I hold it up now, right? Like, where's the camera? Okay, yeah, over here. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like earlier on during his title defenses, he was like into it, and now I just feel like he's really awkward. I don't know. It was weird.
Huh.
And
Could it-
I like
Uh,
Tyler Bate though,
yeah, I like him too.
He's
And they're
good,
coming
right?
out with a new UK WWE TV show on the network.
which is
'cause-
good, which is great because
Yeah, because we need more content.
I'm gonna watch it all, like, every single one.
Watch everything.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
crazy.
interested. I'm interested in Pete Dunne. I think Pete Dunne is a
Is your
fucking
Dunne
life
monster.
passion is wrestling and
Huh?
watching wrestling?
They're my stories. Gotta watch the stories.
It's already at what 9 hours a week without a pay per view.
Yeah.
Pretty close to it.
It's,
Something like that.
it's incredible.
Yeah.
But I fast forward a lot of Raw.
Oh, true. Oh, yeah. You have to fast forward Raw. God, Raw is just.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a full Raw in years.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I watched
It's
it all
tough.
the way.
I tend to watch them, but I turn around and I do work on my computer half the time, and I turn back when like something interesting's happening.
Because, let me recap like what just happened Oh, let me recap it again in a half hour.
Oh, here's a replay from what just happened. Also,
Yeah.
how many times did they show Roman Reigns getting pushed off of that ledge?
45 times, I think.
And also, that ledge that he got pushed off in the stretcher was higher than the ledge that Kalisto got pushed off in the dumpster.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, sure, fine, yep. And also, that was so clearly a dummy on that stretcher. It was hysterical.
Oh my god.
It was the most campy segment. And I feel like we've talked about this like three times so far. It was the most campy segment. Nice, and now Randy Orton got crushed with a fridge.
Yeah.
He's totally there. He's totally there. Now you give him time to slither in off camera.
Oh my god. Do we want to move on to Know Your Role and Shut Your Mouth?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Time?
I'm down. We're at 40, so
okay.
we're coming in perfect.
Yeah. All right. So if you remember the question from last week, or like a month ago now, the question from last episode was, who had the best entrance music of all time? I will set up my clock as you recall your answers, and then I have another topic at the end if we're interested, or we can either make this a question for next week, or we can talk about it at the end here. So we'll figure it out. All right, I'm ready with my stopwatch. Who would like to
You're
start?
looking at me.
I think
clockwise, counterclockwise.
I'll go.
Okay.
All right, ready, go.
My answer would probably be CM Punk's entrance theme song. What's the name of the
Cult
song?
of Personality.
Cult of Personality.
Wow, that's
I mean,
a good answer.
Not to mention this is going to be probably one of the last actual songs that's going to be for a theme song, which the WWE no longer does. But I mean, it completely embodied the wrestler himself. It was a perfect hybrid of wrestler, persona, person, like who he is as a person, and then the stories that he would tell in the ring. Nothing would get you more amped up for what was about to happen. And I think it also defines a time period in WWE's history.
Still 15 seconds unless you
I'm
want
going to give him up.
Okay. Next up.
Shit. Alright. I'm going to go with a Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Reason being, I know the argument is going to be sexy boy. He's an old 50-something-year-old man now. It's not going to really work. But you hear the music and you when the drum beat kicks in, you're like, oh shit, let me go crazy. Shawn Michaels coming out. And when he started with that music when he was younger, it fit his persona perfectly. Better than anybody else at the time, I feel. And Matt is gay, and he's next, and I don't know how much time's left, and I hate him.
Still got like 25 seconds.
Yeah, you have
Shit,
plenty of time.
really, man.
Yeah.
So, I got 25 seconds.
You don't have to fill it with ums.
No, I gotta do the whole time, however much time I have. 15. Let me just keep going. 15! Man, alright, I'm done.
Alright. Whatever.
15?
Pretty good answers, guys. I gotta admit, CM Punk,
Team Funk's so good.
HBK. But I have
Doink the Clown.
2 words for you: shattering glass.
That was my next choice.
Dun 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 dun. When the Bionic Rednecks music hit, you knew that shit was about to go down. It didn't matter who was getting in the ring. Who was in the ring right now? Was it Bradshaw? Stunner. Taker? Stunner. Vince? Stunner. One time I saw Lillian Garcia. Stunner. Sure. It happened.
He started everyone.
Stone Cold's a madman. He would drink, he would fight, and he would run shit. And Stone Cold's theme music was the best of all time.
15 still, if you want it.
Suck.
Alright, you've got 30 seconds to tell me why the other two are wrong.
All right. So, the glass shatter is a hard thing to debate against because, of course, it's perfect. It's the perfect intro sound, but it's not as... I feel like there were other wrestlers who were just as big as Stone Cold, or their music was just as iconic as Stone Cold's at the time. Whereas CM Punk, I feel, stands alone. His entrance music and the combination.
Time.
Oh,
Nothing about HBK. Fuck you.
man. Yeah.
Okay, ready whenever you are.
Alright, so the glass shatter, yeah, Stone Cold is good. but it wasn't the best, you know. And then CM Punk's, you talk about how his was the last music that was its own song. I'm pretty sure Bray Wyatt's music is a real song. I just don't know the name of it. And there's other people's music now, more recently, that also fits their personality. Like, shit.
And Matt, whenever you're ready.
Hold on 1 second. I'll be right there.
Oh, he's fact checking things, cheating.
So far, some pretty good arguments. I think I've got.
I was just gonna play the theme song. And then just look at you.
I mean, a good argument, but
that really would be a good argument.
So I will say this. HBK's music, of course, you come out, you know that an icon is coming out to steal the show. CM Punk's music, you're right, it may be the last of a generation, a dying breed, and probably encapsulates his persona like no other. But if you're talking about theme music, if you're talking about getting ready, getting pumped, Steve Austin.
5.
Stone Cold Steve
Steve Austin. 5 seconds.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
All right.
So I really, really, really liked writing this.
So here's where I'm thinking, and I'm just basing off of the arguments. My what happened there?
That was when Rollins re-injured.
Yeah. So my initial thought was, okay, so first of all, 3 great answers. Let me throw that out there. So Nikolai's argument is that you know exactly what you're getting as soon as that song hits. CM Punk, the crowd goes crazy. You know that he is describes him very well, a cult of personality, right? Last of a dying breed. No one really has music anymore. It's WWE themed music, like the whatever music people make their songs for them. Mm-hmm. Usually do a pretty good job, but last of a dying breed, and he fought to get that music too. Yes, he fought, and he would not sign a contract unless they let him use that music.
Yeah,
so
which adds to the legend of how badass.
Right. Now, Shawn Michaels, obviously a legendary music or legendary entrance music. You hear it, you know shit's going down. You know it's a great day when HBK's music hits. Now we all remember it and think about it, and just think about all the great times we had listening to that entrance music. And Stone Cold, obviously, you hear the glass shatter. The glass shatter, I would maybe argue, is more even impressive than the song itself, but that doesn't play down against you. That actually may help you because it's part of it.
Right.
Right. Just the glass shattering, that 2 seconds of glass shattering, you're like, oh shit.
Yep.
Here he comes. So with that said, I think the biggest, because all 3 arguments were good for your guys, the biggest knock against was going to have to come from Matt over here. And he's going to take the win with the glass shattering. Because he says, because of Shawn Michaels' music doesn't last because he's no longer the sexy boy, right? And you even said that in the beginning of your argument as well. And because he said, like, yes, you know that he's coming out and it's great, but you know that somebody's going to get their ass kicked. Somebody's getting stunnered as soon as this guy comes out. So I'm giving the win to Matt this week.
Suck it, fools.
This is not a protest. I mean, I'm shaded.
I would have given it to CM Punk.
It was close, but I mean, all 3 great arguments, honestly.
Yeah, and great song, entrances.
So, I had my last idea for a topic. I don't know if you guys want to put this as as the Know Your Role for next show, but I think it would be cooler if we talked about it right now, if you guys want.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, I've been here throughout all my talk show listens and my podcast listens, because I do a lot of podcast listening at work. They always talk about the Mount Rushmore of X.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Who's your Mount
Who is
Rushmore?
the Mount Rushmore of wrestling?
Bruno Sammartino has to be.
So let's put up considerations, right?
Yeah.
First of all, I mean, Bruno, he's a first
I think
ballot.
I think he is the one where there's almost no conversation. If you wear the face of the company for literally
7 years.
No, I mean,
well, he had the title for 7 years straight. I mean,
and that for multiple times though.
Right.
So
but one reign was
14
over
years of you being basically the champion, so the face of the company.
Right.
That's gotta be. So I would say he would be my nominee.
Yep. I would agree with that one.
Are we all just saying like?
Well, just throw
no.
whatever ideas you got out there, and we'll try to piece it together.
I have two that I would throw up
Two
there.
thoughts?
Yeah. One of them is Undertaker.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because he pretty much ran the locker room forever.
Yeah.
And
the streak was the only thing.
Iconic.
Like, it was the most iconic thing in wrestling.
Yeah. It was, and then obviously I'm gonna say Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
But
somebody's gonna bring it. Yeah.
But
my problem with them is we don't know their legacies yet. Like, we don't know the real ripple effect of their legacies and also who they're going to become. Because if we're having this conversation 10 years ago, the first name out of my mouth is Hulk Hogan, not Bruno Sammartino.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, but okay, so let's take it from today's perspective. Because if we're chiseling the Mount Rushmore today, right? So we have to take it from today's perspective, and I totally get your point. Like, the legacy, yeah, you have to look at the legacy to
see,
for
but
it to last.
you can also say that about Bruno Sammartino. Like, something could come up about him that happened.
Also, yeah, but
like
he has been retired for 20 years.
I mean,
Where Undertaker and Michaels haven't been.
Yeah, but
I will not sign off on this Mount Rushmore unless Ric Flair is on it.
Ooh.
yeah, Flair.
How about you? You got one?
I mean,
See, Flair,
okay.
I think that's
No,
Flair's
Flair's up there.
Flair's
huge
undeniable.
alcoholic. So what about that?
That's
he's
true.
And I mean, Shawn Michaels is a druggie for a
Yeah,
long time.
everybody's
too,
got
so
something.
Everyone's
Yeah.
got their baggage.
It's tough, and professional wrestling is a profession that, you know, has a lot of demons in it.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, you gotta relieve the stress somehow.
it's tough. You know, like, not from firsthand experience, 'cause I didn't, you know, express those demons when I was 15.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people that did, and you know, it happens, right? And that's a common thing that happens with wrestlers, especially back then, especially if we're going with legacy.
Yeah.
But to your point of Bruno Sammartino held the company together for like 15 years, whatever it was. How can you not put John Cena on there?
Yeah. I mean, but
Easily.
You have to.
I think you can't put Cena on there
No.
because he's still actively wrestling. We don't know what. I know that what he has done has probably earned him a spot, but you can't.
No.
There's a 99.9% chance that he deserves to be on there.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he does the last, year and a half of his career as John Cena, the dandy flower, who comes out and drops
I would
rose petals
fucking
on his
love
way
it.
to the ring, he's out of the
Flower
running.
boy John Cena.
I
Sign me up.
I
Also,
don't think
that
he
would
should
have
be
been
on
the
there.
equivalent of FDR
You know?
putting himself on the.
Yeah.
But you can't. If you're still doing it, you can't be on the monument.
True. I mean, and the only other nominee I would have is Dirty Jacks, because I mean, like, he
Well,
he revolutionized.
Here's another one, Andre.
Andre.
He was the
we haven't
he was-
talked about The
he was
Rock or
the
Stone Cold yet.
Andre was the first spectacle.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about Hogan. Speaking of Andre.
Yeah.
I
See, but my thing is, like, all right, with Bruno, he was phenomenal. He had the 7 year reign.
Yep.
So yeah, obvious. And then
I think most consecutive title defenses in ever.
yeah, and
They
then
have to be.
Matt.
Well, he didn't defend his title every
Oh,
week or
no?
month. No, it was super few and far between.
Then Matt said Ric Flair, first 16-time world champ.
So is John Cena.
I said the first
Oh, first. Okay,
first
yeah.
16-time
But he's
champ.
probably gonna break it.
He shouldn't.
I don't
But
think
Ric
he will.
Flair,
He will.
I
I
think
think he'll tie it.
But
and that's
he
it.
did that.
I mean,
That's
I think
why-
he's gonna keep the tie.
I think he's gonna win it.
he's gonna win it again. He'll, of course.
That's
But
why I
he's
think that.
he's moving away from the company already.
I think that they just gave Goldberg the title.
I understand that.
You think that they'll never in his life?
Speaking of Goldberg, Mount
They would
Rushmore?
give it
No.
to
Oh,
him.
definitely.
But this is the type of
Absolutely.
but this is the type of thing. I know but John Cena is the type of guy who has always said, once he puts it down, it's down. That's why he's refused to marry. That's why he's refused to have kids, because he doesn't want to be the guy who's coming back and stealing the spotlight in 10 years.
I don't think he'll have a choice in the matter. I think Vince wants to give him the honor because he has been the guy
Yeah.
for 10 plus years.
Oh no, Cena's on my Rushmore.
I don't-
If it's my
I don't- I
Rushmore,
don't think you should.
if it's
So
my
who's your
I
Rushmore?
agree.
my personal Rushmore
Yeah.
is Sammartino, Hogan, Flair, Cena.
You're just going generations.
Yes.
Like the face of their generations.
Yes.
And that's a fair assessment.
It's a fair
I would
way to
throw.
do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
So you think Hogan is the face of the generation more so than
I
Andre?
don't think I don't think anybody did more to popularize mainstream wrestling.
Yeah.
I would love to put Andre over Hogan, but I don't think you possibly could. Literally, even today, you ask any adult, and they're like, you're talking about professional wrestling, they're like, oh, you mean Hulk Hogan stuff?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure, I guess.
You're absolutely. You have to put Hogan on there.
Yeah, it's a shame because he's an awful wrestler. He's a pretty
guy.
bad human being.
Yeah.
To say the least. I don't want to, but I feel like in the world, if it's exclusive to professional wrestling, I think he's got to be on there.
I mean, slave owners are on Mount Rushmore.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know what? That's very well said.
So then, Sarge, who would be yours? Your 4. If you could, I mean, it's hard to. I know it's hard to on the spot. That's why I was like. That's why I like the conversation.
I'd probably go. Shit, man.
Do we all have Bruno locked in?
That's why I feel like Bruno's got to be locked in.
Bruno's locked in.
I think Bruno's locked in.
Yeah,
For Bruno not to be locked in, that'd be like us not locking in George Washington.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Like
leaving Jordan off best basketball players of all time.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you don't put LeBron on there,
LeBron should be on there.
No, he's better than Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No,
I don't really care. I don't know basketball, but I just like annoying people.
They're both up there.
That's a very trolling statement.
Oh, I will. Anybody that wears a Jordan jersey, I'm just like, no, LeBron's better.
Oh.
And walk away because I don't give a fuck. I don't watch basketball, not one game of the year. They're just seething with anger, and I love it.
I can't do basketball.
Yeah, no,
I cannot do it.
So I feel like yes, Bruno's got to be on all 4.
Yeah,
right?
definitely Bruno.
I would definitely agree.
And I got. I want to
Do
do.
we agree that Hogan is on all 4 as well? Because
It's tough,
Whereas
'cause-
Andre was the first spectacle,
Hogan was the first superstar.
Hogan was the first superstar, and he was the man. He was the enterprise that brought wrestling to the mainstream.
Yep.
Wrestling as it is now does not exist without Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, so I
Agreed.
mean, he's got to be on it as well. Then
So
he'd be our number 2. So we got San Martino and Hogan.
Mm.
Now I've come around on Taker.
I was just gonna say
20+ year
I think
career.
Taker is up
If
there.
you take Hogan, if you take Cena out and put Taker in, that's just
I'm
as
okay
fine.
with
That's my 4. That's
Because
fine.
I'm okay
Taker
with it.
Taker stuck with the company through the whole Monday Night War thing. Like
I think he embodies the Attitude Era excellently.
He constantly changed his character with the times to stay relevant. And he pretty much ran the locker room.
What he's done
He
for
was like
wrestling
the guy.
cannot even be measured.
Yeah.
Like him personally, what
He-
he has personally done cannot
he
even be
wrestled
measured.
injured. I mean, I know other people do, but
Sure.
he wore that mask because he broke his eye socket or some shit,
Yeah, something like
and
that.
then still wrestled. I don't know.
Okay. So we've got 3 on there. So who's our last
Now,
guy? Because
we gotta have the conversation, and I know
we still have Flair on there. We still
Yeah,
have Flair on the
but
list.
in place
And
of
it's-
Flair, Triple H.
No.
Triple H is arguable too, but
No.
only
That dude
only
has done
because
so
now,
much for current wrestling and
He
as a
has-
wrestler, he has not earned his money.
I think in 10
But-
years we will put Triple H on there, but not today.
and I agree with that as well. I feel the exact same way.
I think in 10 years we're gonna
Because-
have to addendum our mountain to
Yes.
add Triple H to it, and
Because-
his face will just be peeking out the side from San Martino.
Who
Yeah,
he
look at
is and who he will be for wrestling, I think will earn him that spot because. Of course, the 4th spot would have to be Vince McMahon, right?
Well, I'm just sticking
No,
with
for
wrestlers.
wrestlers.
Just wrestlers.
Just
Okay.
wrestlers, yes.
All right. So, but then, if
Well,
that's
he's
the
the Royal
case,
Rumble winner, so
if that's the case, then Triple H no, because his wrestling career alone would not earn him.
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going by what you do in the ring. Triple H, to me personally, is almost a savior for wrestling right now.
Mm-hmm.
He has his. He's kind of that perfect blend of getting the knowledge from Vince McMahon of how to run a wrestling business.
Yeah.
And also having the knowledge of being a worker and having wrestled.
Yep.
Knowing
And he
what
is-
sells, knowing who sells.
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, you went out in NXT and he just was like, all right, who am I going to grab? Prince Devitt from Japan. He'll be huge. I'm going to grab this really big fat guy, Kevin Owens.
From the Indies,
Yeah.
he'll be huge.
Yeah, I'll grab...
Kevin Steen.
yeah, Kevin Steen. I'll grab...
He keeps having all these great matches with this masked white guy.
El Generico. All right, sure.
I'll grab him too. Why not?
Good.
Screw it.
Yeah.
You know
No.
what I'll
And
do? I'll
Who's this Tyler Black guy? Okay, whatever. I guess he'll be a future world champion or whatever. Fine.
And,
He's
like-
currently wrestling Samoa Joe
like
on TV.
his talent is it's without a shadow of my mind he's going to take over and bring wrestling back to what it was, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. I think once he is like officially in charge of the company, or him and Steph, call whatever you want to, however you want to word it, I think wrestling is going to take off to a new level. It's going to be, because there's not going to be the limitations, and Vince is great. Like, in certain aspects, Vince is great. He knows he brought it to what it was. He brought the Attitude Era, and like now it's a different world, and he can't do the same shit. Like, I get it, but
Nah, I mean, not just the Attitude Era. He gave us WrestleMania. He
oh
gave
well,
us-
no, just as
what he's done
as
for
an example, yeah.
business is ridiculous.
It wouldn't be a business without him, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
So goes without saying, Vince McMahon is
If
a
he
huge
didn't-
figure. But wrestling, who's that fourth guy?
I mean, I can't think of
Wrestlers.
someone who bypasses Flair. I mean, you could try and make an argument maybe for Backlund, because Backlund was huge in his day. He is kind of lost on this room.
Yeah.
But for guys like for my dad, that he was.
I can't put anyone on there that lost the title in 30 seconds.
That's,
You know,
that
like,
makes a lot
it's
of
just-
sense.
It's
That
tough
makes
for me
a lot
to
of sense.
Kevin Nash of all people. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Like,
let me-
I don't.
'cause-
I don't think that Michaels had enough in ring time to be on the list.
See, I
compared
don't
to
know
the other
about that.
guys.
I think he would be in the top 10, but I don't know if he's in the top 4.
He,
You know what I mean?
he did so much.
What
like,
about Bret Hart?
I feel
He
feel
did
like
so-
I,
Is
I
he
feel
up
like
there?
I do
If
Shawn
you-
Michaels over.
He
Bret
did
Hart.
so much,
You
but
would
you're
put Shawn
also
over Bret? Okay.
you're also
I feel
talking
like
about
they'd be on
people.
the same exact whatever their number would be.
It's so fucking hard for me because I love both of them so
I love
much.
both of them, but like I don't know, Shawn Michaels first Grand Slam champ,
Right.
first person to go from one and win the
I know.
Rumble, first like ladder matches, first
wow.
one Mania, first Hell in a Cell. Like he
was Mr.
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
he's
Yeah.
done so much. Like
But
but Ric Flair's 16-time champ.
now here's the thing: the other people on this list were all also locker room leaders.
True.
Unfortunately for Hogan, but yes.
Yes, they were all locker room leaders. They were
He brought
pretty.
in the steroid age.
They were
yes.
pretty listened to and taught.
Yeah, man.
Shawn Michaels was not a locker room leader.
No, he was
and
hated.
he was hated.
Yeah, everybody. hated
So
him.
can you put him then in the same class as Flair, who was a locker room leader?
Now I'm gonna throw a wild card out there. I don't expect him to make the list, but just as a question, Kurt Angle.
No,
No.
I mean,
Now
No.
here's the only. Now my only argument would be we have 3 guys on there who were great superstars, great
you also have 3 guys on there that were
charismatic
more
guys.
influential than any other wrestlers in
And
their generation.
Agreed, and more influential, and blah, blah, blah. All 3 not great wrestlers.
Yeah. Oh, granted. I would
And
argue
Flair,
that
I
Taker.
would say too is not a
I
great.
would
No,
argue
it's
that
not.
Taker was a good wrestler. He wasn't a
So,
high work
the be-
rate worker.
He was the best worker out of everybody
out
else
of
on that
those
list so
out of
far.
those that
Yeah.
list,
Whoa, this
absolutely
is
he's
ugly.
the best. But it's but he's not. I don't think he's like I wouldn't put him in my top 10 of just pure like just in ring, no character, nothing, just in ring. He
Right.
wouldn't make my top 10 for sure. So that's the only reason I want to put a guy that I would say that guy could wrestle circles around anybody.
And I understand that idea, but
See, because my Mount Rushmore of wrestling would be 4 great wrestlers. You know what I mean?
that's not what wrestling
And-
is.
and I agree
Wrestling
with
is
you.
entertainment.
And I agree with you. That's why
Yeah.
I'm not throwing my 4 on there right now because it just mine would be you guys would laugh at me like it would be stupid,
Yeah.
you know. And also I lean towards the more modern era because
True.
wrestling advanced to a more
And that's what I find.
storied approach.
A personal Mount Rushmore would be much different.
Oh, yeah,
but
for
my
sure.
Mount Rushmore for everybody. I mean, these are the guys that changed the industry.
Yeah. So
All right,
I
so
think
that-
I think we I
that
don't think
being-
anyone surpasses Flair.
Yeah.
That being said, I think you'd have to go with Flair.
Yeah.
Just based
That
off
last
the
spot
fact
is
that
Flair
it's-
or Cena, and I think we got to give it to Flair.
Yeah, because Cena's career is still
Cena.
going. But I think that
Just based on
Shawn
legacy.
Michaels would be number 5 then.
Yeah.
But I would have to go to those 4.
I know I would put Cena at 5.
Yeah.
Even still wrestling, he's still a 16-time world champion. He ran he's a locker room leader. He fits every criteria we
Yeah.
just mentioned.
That's true.
Other than we don't really like him as a wrestler, which we don't really like any of them as a wrestler. I didn't at least.
No, I mean,
You know?
I remember when I was younger, watching Hogan was exciting, but now when you go back and you see how
Even me younger, I didn't like Hogan.
I thought
I know you. I know.
Yeah,
I
I was more
the
Macho
outlier.
Man than Hogan.
Oh really? Okay.
See, and now here's an idea. Just to, you can, instead of putting him on Mount Rushmore, you can just give him a little a shout out or like a call out. Like for example, he lives on a ranch, right? So you just like throw a little like a cowboy hat on the Undertaker.
Throw a cowboy. Michael, did you give my cowboy hat to the Undertaker again?